Hey, Chris, congratulations to Lynn Smith.
I know, so exciting. A $5,000 Visa gift card. You can't beat that.
It's amazing. Evan, Hutton, and I from St. Jude just out here enjoying this beautiful summer day on the porch of yet another gorgeous St. Jude Dream Home.
I know, it's such an exciting day, and I love us sitting out on the porch. I'm like, somebody is actually going to be able to do this every day.
Thank you for letting us borrow your porch for a few minutes tonight. We got the opportunity to go to St. Jude together this past spring. It's such an amazing place. How do you put it into words? Because I do think that's like the most difficult part of this job, I think, is to put into words everything that it is to these families.
I know, I've been with the organization for about 6 years and I still have a hard time finding the correct words. People think of it as a hospital, as a sad and dreary place, but it's quite the opposite. It's happy, it is bright, it is light, and we really try to treat the whole patient and the whole family and really take care of them, because although it is one of the worst times of their lives, we still want to treat them and care for them and know that they are loved and cared for, and I think that's what we do.
And I think that really came through too when we were there. You've got a bunch of artwork that the kids are doing where they can express themselves and how they're feeling going through this. You have patient care coordinators who are there and teaching the kids about what's happening in their body in a way that the kids can really understand.
Yeah, absolutely. And in addition to that, we want kids to be kids, so we still celebrate all of the big milestones. We have kindergarten and high school graduation. High schoolers get to go to prom. We celebrate all of the holidays. And so although they are going through difficult treatment, they also get to have those special fun moments that every kid should have.
And they never get a bill for any of it. And that's really thanks to campaigns like this. $2 million, because this is a zero cost build, going right to St. Jude. What will you be able to do with that money?
It truly allows us to ensure that no family ever receives a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, which is critical. It also will allow us to continue the important research to continue to focus on the difficult diseases that childhood cancer impact. Again, it will just allow us to do the important work that we're doing every day down in Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, when you think about a hospital and you think about cancer treatment, you think the kids would just be itching to get out of there, but that's not always the case because it really becomes a home for them. And I got to meet one woman, Tori Hinton, down there. She works at St. Jude, and so now this is a place she never has to leave.
I grew up a really healthy kid. I was a very active kid. They told me that I had cancer, and I was really confused. I just remember asking my dad if I was gonna die. That was the first question I asked him, and he couldn't really give me an answer, unfortunately. That night we packed our bags and came to St. Jude.
Tori Hinton was 11 when she walked through the doors of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Scared but surprisingly comforted, she didn't know it would become her home for the next 2 years.
I remember looking up and seeing a lot of the artwork and just how bright it was. Everything just felt so friendly and welcoming in a time that was really, really scary. And I think that's just something that I won't forget because it calmed me.
Tori remembers making friends, spending hours in the many playrooms, and being sad to go home.
What was it like when you had to leave? It's interesting to say have to leave,
yeah.
But this had become a positive experience for you.
My mom and I have talked about this a little bit before. The very first time we ended up getting the go-ahead to go home and visit for a couple of weeks, it was really hard and we both actually cried.
But Tori wouldn't leave St. Jude behind forever. Her experience there would stay with her throughout her life. She knew she wanted to help kids like her, so she returned as a child life specialist.
Having cancer as a kid kind of just changes your perspective on life a little bit. It made me grow up a lot. It made me realize how short life can be and how special those moments are. So I really try to bring that into my practice every day, and highlighting even the smallest moments can be the biggest moments in kids' lives.
Tori now works to help kids be kids, express themselves through art, and learn about their cancer on their level with play.
I guess you could call it a full circle. Your life is full circle now, coming back to work at St. Jude. What do you want children to feel at St. Jude. And when they have that moment, when they ring the bell or when they walk out of the door for the last time.
I want so much for patients here at St. Jude, of course, but when patients enter this hospital, I want them to feel a sense of safety and comfort, and that they have a team that is here and ready to support them. And that is, of course, true throughout treatment too. I want them to feel as if they can ask all their questions and advocate for themselves, and know that we're going to be honest with them, but also know that we're going to support them through all the hard times and also be there through all the good times as well. So we're going to get down on the floor and play with them, but we also might have to talk about some hard stuff sometimes, but just building that therapeutic relationship.
Tori Hinton is just one of thousands working to not only save lives at St. Jude, but to make sure their lives are good there and when they go home.
Just revisiting Tori's story, I could feel my eyes well up, because what a better testimony than someone who she herself walked through the front doors of St. Jude and now has made it her life's mission to make sure kids feel that love and care when they come to St. Jude.
Yeah, I think she gets it better than anyone else, and I just think it's so special. I think those are my favorite colleagues, the ones that were St. Jude patients that chose to come back to give back to the place that saved their life.
Evan, thanks so much for being
Thank
with
you.
us, and congratulations on another great campaign. We are going to check out that cherry red Honda Civic in the driveway coming up after this.